session. It's really much appreciated for sure. So
Thank you,
all the
Archana.
other participants, please drop a welcome note to Miss Cynthia. Say welcome, Miss Cynthia, and then we'll start the session, please. And I'll give a short introduction regarding her. She's an accomplished HR professional with over a decade of experience in global organizations, including Renault, Nissan, and Valeo. She has worked with HR leaders across 30 countries, driving international mobility, onboarding, and talent development. Cynthia is passionate about creating positive employee experiences, building strong career pathways, and helping professionals bring out their best. She is also known for her expertise in succession planning, recognition programs, and leadership coaching. Please join me in welcoming Miss Cynthia. So we have our college people as well joining in for the session, Cynthia. It's so wonderful to have you in here.
Thank you so much, Archana.
Okay, so all the participants, I'm still waiting for a okay, so they have already typed that. Sorry, I missed it. Welcome, Miss Cynthia. So thank you so much to all the other participants for taking out time from your schedule and coming for the session. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for taking out time from your schedule and coming for this session as well. So let us start with an introduction right now. First and foremost, my question to you would be that do you think that first impressions really do matter? And if so, then why does it matter both personally as well as professionally?
Okay. Thank you, Archana, for the question. Good morning to everyone. So, why do we call it as a first impression? Because first impression can be made only on the first time. So, it is very important. We do not get a second time or a second chance to make that first impression. Research shows that people form judgment within seconds of meeting us. And these impressions can significantly influence professional relationship opportunities and trust. So today we will be discussing and sharing insight on how to make a first impression, not only being by impactful but also being enduring by balancing professionalism and with genuine authenticity.
That's true. Correct. Thank you so much for that. First impression really does play a crucial role. We often hear people say that in the first few seconds itself, the impact comes into picture. So it's correct. It does play a crucial role personally as well as professionally. We see so many environments, interview being one. So at the time of interview, we have to show ourselves as the best professional scenario. Only then it can actually lead to a crucial role. Okay, now coming to an aspect, though we often hear it, we often read it in books, etc., like that, that first impression is very good, etc., all these things we have to do, but still, people go ahead and make some mistakes, no matter how much they read. So, can you tell us what are some common mistakes which people make and when they are definitely trying to make a good first impression?
Okay. So most of the times people make mistakes. It's not because they are not well prepared or they didn't try, but it's about that they have tried too hard or they're over prepared many times. So studies, many research shows that within 7 seconds of seeing someone, we make our impression about them based on their postures, tones, and facial expressions. And in many organizations, they acknowledge, and there is also a lot of survey done with the people who are into the recruitment process, whether it is a technical panel or an HR panel. They say that in the initial 2 to 5 minutes they finalize whether this candidate is going to join in their workplace or not. So in this 2 minute, what you're going to present about yourself plays a major role. And when we go down on the mistakes which are unknowingly happen, taking place in these kind of scenarios are first are like basically overselling yourself. Let me explain with the scenario. You're going for a business meet or you're going for an expo, and you're a person who are a young engineer who started, who's into, you want to invest your idea and present your idea to a business leader, and you are a startup. So how you're going to go and set your tone to the person matters a lot. So here are people who get over enthusiastic when they see the business leaders, where they see their role models or icons when they come in front of them. They just jump into the conversation without connecting with them, and they start selling their ideas because their focus is, I have 2 minutes. Within this 2 minutes, let me give my best, let me sell my business to them, let me get business from them. But in reality, in this 2 minutes, initial 30 seconds, you have to focus on connecting with the person, because it's not about your idea they are looking towards, it's about you they are looking towards. So people don't like to be sold before they feel seen. So feeling, you have to make them feel seen when you connect with them. And how we are building your rest of the conversation plays based on how we are connecting with them in the first 30 seconds. So trying to oversell yourself for idea more than doing your idea first, you have to connect with the person, connect with the individual. It helps. Next is trying too hard to be a professional. This is more important. It happens in interviews, it happens in the business meetings, it happens when we do official presentation. You have to be professional, but you should not present yourself in a robotic way. Like, you are coming and reading out something. Once again, connecting with people plays a major role here. Only then they will receive what you are communicating. Third mistake I would say is reading the room, understanding the set of audience. So you have to, there's a quote saying, if you are in Rome, be a Roman, because you have to you have to understand which ambience you are into, what kind of people you are into in that room with, and you have to adopt yourself. You have to be agile in adopting yourself, and then you have to start your pitch. We have to be ourselves, but little adaptation here and there will help us to connect with the people and connect and engage to that particular scenario where we are into. So first one which I told is like overselling yourself. Second mistake maybe like trying too hard to be professional. Third one is without understanding the the room or the space, uh, jumping into being yourself and trying to sell yourself can be some common mistakes which people usually make.
That's true. That's absolutely true. In fact, all of them are, I can totally relate to them, especially the last one wherein you stated that, sorry, wherein you stated that it's extremely important for us to be reading the room as well.
Yeah.
When in Rome, be a Roman. So that's correct. Otherwise, people start thinking that no, I have to be genuine. This is me. But the fact is, we are not being fake. We're just trying to gel with the people by changing ourselves a little bit. But many of us miss that aspect. We just go ahead with either the kind of an orthodox thinking or a stereotypical thinking in our mind that no, I am me. This is how I'm going to be. But that's not how the other person is going to take us. So how we create that impression is what that first 30 seconds, 7 seconds. Otherwise, I really love that data, that statistics. I read it so long, but I heard it after a long time. Thanks a ton for that, Cynthia. It's absolutely right. To all the other participants, do you agree or not? Please type in the chat screen. Do you agree or not? Type agree or not agree. Let me hear from all of you. Within seven. Okay, that was my message. Agree or not? Do you agree or not? You have to read the room, you have to read the person in front of you. You should not be overselling yourself. Thus, first and foremost, we have to create that connection. When we go and sit in front of people, we just go ahead and stating that this is who I am, this is how I am, this is what I have done. We go ahead and oversell ourselves. But first and foremost, listen to other person, ask some details from the other person. That is what plays a crucial role. What is what plays an important role here. Now, coming to the next question, Miss India, how do you think that this first impression it comes from our appearance, from our body language, our tone compared to our actual words? Do words only play a crucial role, or does it is it body language also which plays a crucial role? I would love to hear on this part from you.
So I think I've set the context for this already. So I told 2 to 5 minutes, and first 7 minutes make a big impression. That means within 7 minutes, or 7 seconds, so within 7 seconds we wouldn't have even introduced ourselves more. But what plays a major role is our body language. So 93% of the communication is non-verbal in setting, especially in the context of setting your impression. So 55% is body language, how you greet the person, how bold you are, your postures plays a major role. 38% is all your tone, the tone that you set, the tone that you start your interactions, and only the 7% is words. So this is a study again by Albert Merabian study. So this is again when you meet a person face to face, how you present yourself, the tone that you set, and the words that you place. All these things are interdependent, but your body language, your tone will be the one which will be taking the highest weightage. And
That's, go
even
ahead.
the same you can understand in the job interviews. So how people decide, basically being a part of HR, I can also say that. And also there are a lot of studies done in that. In the first 2 minutes they decide whether this guy is going to join my organization, this candidate is going to be the right fit for my company, my culture, and is this experience, what he is presenting and what he is having in the CV, is it true. People can understand it because how you present confidently yourself, and when you really explain what you really know, people can understand that. So definitely your body language, your tone plays a major role in that.
That's true. That's correct, Cynthia. I would love to discuss on this, but maybe towards the end of the discussion. Here is one thing which I really want to throw some lights on. So, at the beginning, I had stated that when we often go ahead and explain ourselves and we say that no, this is the original me, the other person should be liking me. What what has happened over the period of time is that we have learned to mold ourselves. So, as you had mentioned, saying that when in Rome, be a Roman, that same manner we try to change ourselves, but in that aspect we end up losing ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, that is we start becoming an entirely different person, and then we say that no, this is not me, this is not the real me, this is the fake me. So now my question across to you is that how can we achieve that kind of a balance between presenting our best self and still being authentic, which is not fake?
Understood. So first you have to understand is Archana is going to be Archana. No one is going to replace Archana, and Sendia is going to be Sendia. So this is something that you need to do. Everyone is unique. You have your unique talents, and it's just a few tweaks and teens or few things that you have to do to adopt. Basically, authenticity doesn't mean being casual. It means being consistent. Being authentic will build trust because authenticity of the data that you present in a meeting or an interview plays a major role. You should not wear a mask basically, but you can wear a lens. That's the difference between that. When you wear a mask, you are covering up overall. When you wear a lens, your lens, what is the job of the lens? It increases your focus of the ambience, focus of the audience, and it will give us a professional filter on what we have to do, what we should not do. So that's the difference between being yourself and not being fake, and then also being more authentic and professional. Maybe to add on to more, I can quote you one example, which is basically preparation for this meeting, this discussion. So while preparing this, I did a lot of research, studying online with some materials, and I listed out, I just wrote down with my experience some examples, like because with examples we connect more than the basically the regular studies. So with examples, and also I discussed with some people to understand like which kind of example I can quote it here. So after having all the data and preparation in my hand, I chose to speak and give examples with which I could really relate and connect to. This is the key, I think. When you present something, when you're trying to make impression, only when you be yourself, only when you be the authentic you will be able to connect and relate. When you are able to connect and relate, you can easily influence the people to connect and relate to the content that you're speaking. Only if you are able to connect and relate, others will be able to connect and relate to your message. So according to me, that's being self and authentic. Prepare, but be the you. You have to prepare, but you have to be the you. And trying becoming the refined you every day is very important.
That's true. In fact, you're absolutely right in stating that when you sat down and prepared for it, that all that preparation is showing in. So you're talking regarding data, statistics. It's not just a general answer which I'm getting from you. You have actually taken out time from from your schedule, sat in front of the research, done your analysis, and only now you're speaking that 7%, 7 seconds, and you're talking regarding this much of percentage. All this really shows that you have put in your best in trying to make sure that the response is actually something which people can resonate to. Giving some personal examples also here. So you're saying that I did like this happened during my interview, this happens when I'm taking interviews. All this really shows wherein you said connect with the audience. That is exactly what is happening, bringing in the personal touch in the meeting. So thanks a ton for that. And just like how you have stated that based on the research, I've done some analysis. So now you have also gone through lots of experiences. Your experience, I have also given a short introduction. That's beautiful. I have to the participants who would not be aware, Cynthia was actually my college senior. So I've seen her from a college senior who was just seated in the class bench, and now she's here in a reputed organization. From the time she has stepped out of the college, also she started with reputed organizations. So it's a day and night difference which I'm seeing in you right now, Cynthia. So based
Thank
on all the experience which you have gained over the past decade or more, can you tell us one single piece of advice which you would like to give to anyone for creating first impressions that stick for a lot? What would that be?
Okay. So lead with presence, not perfection, because people may forget what you said to them in your discussion. They may forget where you met, but they will never forget how you made them feel the first time when you met them. So to be impactful, to make them feel the best when they met you, we our focus should be on leading with presence. So most people think first impressions are about saying the right thing or looking perfect. It's not about that, but the truth is, it's your presence, your energy, your attention, your connection that people remember, how you made them feel in the first moment. Presence means basically being calm when you're starting your interaction, being genuine with the person, and being connected to the person, not being distracted with any of the external world or mobile or anything when your idea is basically to you know create an impression. Or one takeaway if you want to take from the session is basically, if you walk into a room focused on impressing, you will miss the moment. That we all have to remember. But if you walk in a room focused on connecting, you will leave a lasting impression, because when your focus is on connecting, rest of the thing is by default it's done.
That's right, Cynthia. That's absolutely right. In fact, when we start introducing ourselves, we get so much conscious that how I'm looking, how is my hair, how is my dress. So all those things, it start building up the things in our mind. So we start thinking that no, first impression is the best impression, but we end up just sticking ourselves to how we are standing and looking and sitting in front of the other person, but we miss out the so many other aspects which also plays an important role. So I really love this sentence from you. To all the participants, if you're listening, please type if it is hard for you to follow or easy. Is it hard or easy? Please type and we'll go for a very beautiful coaching session right away. Please type hard for you to follow or easy for you to follow. So, yes, first impression is the best impression, but it's not the only thing which will count. Beyond that, it is also about how well we are resonating with the audience, how well we are connecting with the audience. I really loved it. When in Rome, be a Roman. So I'm going to take that for a long time. Connect with the audience. Don't just go there, sit there, and start talking that I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. In fact, if you see, when me and Cynthia started interacting, she didn't go ahead with telling that I have worked for 10 years in this company, I worked for 10 years in that company. We started in a very general introduction. And before we go towards the end of our discussion right now, she has actually said that now is when she introduced saying that I have taken interviews, I have done this, etc. She then go ahead straight away by bunching into it and telling about herself. Those are the things which we need to tell regarding ourselves. regard. We have to see her, we have to analyze. But at before that, she created that kind of a vibes between us. So she followed that script a lot. She followed that script of first resonating with people and then creating a lasting impression. That was beautiful insights, India. I really loved having a very short but a beautiful discussion with you. Now, to all the other participants, we have to go for learning how to practice making these strong first impressions. We have learned a lot, but now is one of my favorite part of the sessions, always, Cynthia. So let me tell you that how our session usually goes is the first half an hour is interaction between me and the speaker. We can of course take a more time if required, but beyond that is going to be live coaching session. So all the participants whom we are seeing there, some of them are actually repeated participants. We are having our eighth session right now. From the first session also there have been people who are coming into the session, so it's beautiful to see them also learning through the way, growing through the way. So that is what we have done. We have ensured that right now we are going for live coaching session. It would be handled by me, but please feel free to jump in and give some thoughts and insights from you as well. We would love to hear from you. So, all the participants, are you ready? Please type ready in the chat box if you all are ready, and we'll go for a live coaching session right now. Are you ready? Please type ready in the chat box. Okay, thank you so much, Ajay sir. Ajay sir is the first one. Ready? What about the others? Waiting for ready? Sorry, my health is very bad today. Oh yes, sorry. I love this sentence as well. You from you Vidya, from you Cynthia, when you said wear a mask, but I mean do not wear a mask, wear a lens. I love this thought of you. I wrote it down that time, but I forgot to cover it at that time. So yes, thank you so much, participants, for your points. And now we'll go for the first introduction. So as I noticed last time, that when I'm typing the sentence, when I'm typing the question in the chat screen, I'm actually getting better responses from all of you. So here is my first question, which is coming across in the chat screen to all of you. It's a very simple stuff. Okay, that is, you have to give a short introduction when when which you use when meeting someone new. So whenever we meet somebody new, we say that I'm Archana, I'm from here. I'm Cynthia, I'm from here, etc. Like that. Now, all you have to do is you have to think for a short introduction. I've put it up in the chat screen. Type a short introduction rather than typing. I would be loving it if you're unmuting yourself and speaking, which you would use when meeting someone new. Okay, for example, I'm Ria. I work in finance and love solving problems. How about you give a short introduction, please? So, please do not forget we are going to for creating a very beautiful first impression. Even if you're giving a simple one, a simple short introduction, go ahead and do that. But we'll try to see what best we can do to make this introduction sound interesting. Waiting for some responses. Would anybody like to unmute, please? Anybody who would like to try this? Anyone who would like to try, please go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hi Archana. Hi
Okay, hello
Archana, I'm
Vidya. How's
Vidya.
your voice? How are you?
Yeah,
How's your health now?
I'm getting better. Thank you for asking. See, I would like to introduce myself. Like I'm Vidya. Um, Currently I'm working as a business developer in a Knoccess Training with Archana. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Vidya. Anybody else who would like to try as well, please? So before I go ahead and try to
Hello,
give some
good
insights on
morning.
how we can make this interesting,
Archana
anybody else
madam,
who
good
would like to?
morning.
Oh yes, Ajay sir. Sorry, I could not hear you well. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ajay. I am a director in a company. I look after sales and marketing. The company is based in Hyderabad, Vasu Organics Private Limited. I have spent around 37 years in the pharma industry in different positions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ajay sir. Thank you so much, Ajay sir and Vidya, for your beautiful insights. So before I even go for an explanation on how we can probably make it sound better, I would like to go for one last chance. Would anybody else also like to introduce this? Okay, so since I've got these two responses, let me go for it. So undoubtedly the introduction which you have given me is good, but what we are trying to do is how we can leave a very beautiful impact. Okay, say for example, when I went for introduction, which was given by Vidya, so Vidya started by saying that I'm Vidya, I'm working as a business development executive with Knoccess Training. That is us very much generally. So I can also say that I'm Archana, I'm a communication coach working in Knoccess Training. Cynthia can say I'm HR working with Value. But this is a very general introduction. How about now if Cynthia has said that I have worked for so many years in Value, before that I've worked with Renault. During this time, then she talks regarding her achievements. I have been rewarded like this. I have worked on rewards and recognitions. I've done an induction of around 2 days for the onboard. I've onboarded around 1,500 employees. So when she's talking regarding her achievements, it is actually leaving a beautiful introduction, beautiful impression in front of the people. So always look at the person whom you're connecting to, whom you're speaking to. Keep that target audience in your mind. Okay. So right now, if I just go ahead and stating that I'm Archana, communication coach in Knoccess Training, it's a very general introduction. However, if I say that I'm a communication coach and I help people in introducing themselves better in front of people, and I've worked in organizations such as TCS, ICICI, Renault, Nissan, Honeywell, Radisson Blue, etc. The list goes on. Now I've actually led a beautiful impression to the person in front of me. So always look at the target audience. Second thing is talk about some pain areas which you will help them to reduce. That is, right now, I've typed in the chat screen. That was the reason I was typing right now. Target audience and the pain areas which will help them to reduce. So when Ajay sir, you had given an introduction, you said that it was wonderful wherein you stated I've worked for more than 30 years in pharma industries. But in pharma industries, when you're working, what is it that you are actually putting in your effort to making sure that people who are connected with you or with your company are actually able to achieve? So which kind of a problem are you helping them to reduce, if we are talking regarding that? So when I say I'm a communication coach and I help people to introduce themselves better at the time of their interviews, I'm a communication coach and I help people to introduce themselves in front of public. I'm a communication coach and I help them to give their presentation better. When I'm saying that, I'm focusing on that pain areas which they really want to improve on. And thus, I'm gaining the attention of the people. At the same time, I'm telling regarding myself. So I've gained the attention, I've made a beautiful impression rather than just saying that I'm a communication coach who's working in Knoccess Training. I'm a communication coach who helps people to present themselves better and have worked in organizations such as ICI, Ashok Leyland, ICICI Bank. So can you see the difference? The impression is going different in the second manner. If Ajay sir and Vidya would love to introduce themselves in a different manner right now, as in the initial phase, we would definitely love to hear it. I'll wait for a few seconds before I go for the second one. Ajay sir, Vidya, would you like to try, please?
I will just try, Archana.
Okay. We have time anyways towards the end of the session also you can do, not a problem. Ajay
Yeah,
sir,
before me being with Archana, myself Vidya, I was working with Allsec Technology for 7 years as a senior customer support executive, where my part of job there is to convince the customer to make the credit card payment. That was very challenging for me. Initially it was a bit difficult, though I have understood the process, and then I was doing excellence in the process, and I was taking the payment as well. So that was the job I was doing for 7 years. After that, I took a career break, and now I have landed with Archana's Knoccess Training. Thank you.
thank you so much, Vidya. If Cynthia has a job, I'm sure she'll give you one. So now it is actually creating a beautiful impression. Are you not happy with the way you have introduced yourself now compared to earlier, Vidya?
Yes, I'm very much liking it. Thank
And
you.
that is how our introduction should be made. Okay, so I'll go forward now to the second question. So those who have not participated in the first one, I'm pretty sure you would be able to participate in second one. It's very much simple. Okay, so it's just typing, so you don't have to unmute yourself. I'll describe two ways of entering the room, one or two. All you have to do is you just have to give your response which one is better. Okay, So first one is it's the chat screen. First one is you look down, no smile, you have a very weak handshake. So weak handshake, people who just give a dead fish handshake is what is called as a weak handshake. You're giving it for formality. That's called a weak handshake. But in the second manner, when you're entering a room, you have a very strong eye contact, you gauge the room, you look at everybody, you smile, and you have a very firm handshake with the person whom you're speaking to. Which one is better, one or two? Please type in the chat screen. Which one is better, one or two? There you go. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Okay, thank you so much, Vidya. Yes, you're right. Your two is the correct one. What about the others? Revati is also replied to. Hello, Revati. Hope you're good. Nice to have you back here again after a long time. What about the others? Two, two or one? Anybody else who would like to give a response, please? One or two? Which one is better? Thank you so much, Kasi Rajan. You have also given two as the response. Absolutely right. So now is the time. We are going for the third and the last live coaching. To all the participants, I would really love it if you're unmuting yourself. Depends upon the audience. Arun, if you could please explain that. Hello, Arun sir. Arun Sachs. Yes, you're the same Arun sir. Hello, Arun sir. How are you? If you could please explain, that would be wonderful.
I would choose number one if the audience is very toxic, very unwelcomeable, and I don't like the audience per se. So the first impression I would like to, I'm not interested in the meeting, so that would immediately convey my what do you say disinterest or indifference to the meeting. So that shows my complete dissatisfaction. So simple as that. First impression. That's how I would like to say. If the depends upon the audience. So not always you have to go the second option. Sometimes you have to play with your body language as per the audience. That's my take.
Yes, absolutely right. You're right in that. Now, Arun sir, I really appreciate you that you have put forward this. Can I also please go ahead and give some thought on this thing? It may be right or wrong, as you have mentioned. It is your thought process. I would also like to state my thought process. Is that absolutely fine? Can we have a short speak right now, Arun sir?
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, sure. So when you thank you so much. So when you said that, yes, I look at the audience in front of me, and if the audience is toxic, if the audience is not good, why would I be speaking myself and trying to showcase myself there as a better one among all, or probably a good one among all? So it's absolutely right, and I also resonate with you. But right now, the point which we are discussing is how do we create a first impression? It is not about gelling with them. It is also about what kind of an impression which we have created. Now let me think that if I am probably a person who has gone in a crowd of probably not a good crowd or a toxic environment, in that if I'm silent and I'm not interacting much with people, and I'm not telling that I'm Archana, I'm like this, etc., like that. I'm not the one who's trying to resonate with people, connect with people. Now, towards the end of the meeting of 1 hour, half an hour, 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure that the people who are going to come up to me are going to say that Archana, she didn't have much to say. I'm not actually giving a good impression there. I have led to an impression which might not be leaving a lasting impact in their mind. Yes, of course, I can totally resonate to you in stating that it doesn't matter to me what that person thinks of me because I did not like that person. It's absolutely right, but here is where we are going on the personal front, and we are speaking right now on the professional front. Okay, so that is how we create an impression. Beyond that, it's absolutely right. We maybe if we me and that person, we are not vibing together, let me not go ahead and become friends with that person. Let me not regularly call that person. Let me not regularly go out with that person. Let me not bring him into my friend circle. That's absolutely fine. But what is the kind of an impression which I have created on that other person is what we are speaking right now. So I totally understand what you're saying, but the only difference was we were talking from the personal front while I was speaking from the professional front. I hope I have not offended you when I said that.
Maybe can I add some examples as
Not
well?
at
Please
all,
go
not at
ahead,
all.
Cynthia. We would love to hear from.
You're right on your own way. So
Yes, thank you so
fantastic.
much. Please go ahead, Cynthia.
In Arun's context, maybe there's one point here, it depends on the profession. So when you see people from the police department, only when they meet their peer group, they are focused on attention. So but when you see others, they have a stiff face. Maybe he is maybe relating even from that context. So in a professional, in a corporate environment, what we see, right, that is important. So whatever we say is important in terms of connecting with people. Maybe Arun, I can give you an example. So here what Archana is trying to cover is, in a scenario where you are attending an interview, you are presenting yourself in an interview, there your impression matters a lot. You are going for a business meeting or you are going for a customer meeting, there your impression, what you're setting with the customer, plays a major role. You're going to sell your business idea, there it plays a major role. In organizations we have this expos and those kind of things. Or even if you go to some exhibition or anywhere, there if you go, people will be focused on you, they won't be focused on selling. First their focus will be connecting with you, then they will focus on selling what they have. So this, the example I can give it to all the professionals as well, because when you're presenting a demo or when you're trying to first connect with the audience, then connect with the person with whom you're trying to sell, then you sell the product, it will be success. Even this can be even applicable even you're going for a proposal or a date with your boyfriend or a girlfriend or a marriage proposal. All these scenarios, your impression, these are the areas where your impression, it will boost up. And we have a scenario where, you know, where the people are different, like lawyers or some people. So there, when you see them, the way they deal will be totally different. People from the police department, we always see, right, people from the military forces, when we see, they have a standard look, basically, which is more authoritative, commanding. And you know, when you look at them, even if they are not in their uniforms, you can understand their professions. Maybe I'm understanding that maybe even in this kind of situation, maybe what we discuss may not be applicable.
That's true. Thank you
Fantastic,
so much.
Sendia. That is, thank you so much. But still, there is an exception to the and first impressions need not necessarily sell every time. There are people who can give a first impression, and later, when you talk to them after a while, you find out there is completely sharp, no content at all. They master the trade of being a first impressionist, and then after a while, that's it. They are full of hot. And it goes, the saying goes, never judge a book by its cover. You have many books coming these days with a classic cover, with a fantastic read, but when you go through the book, you can't go beyond the few pages. That is applicable. That is applicable even for the personalities also. I've seen many people come to the interview, are fantastic dressed up, all this thing. They have mastered the art of body language, but when you go deep into the conversation,
That's
they
true as well,
absolutely,
Arun.
absolutely hollow and shallow arguments. Debate. They absolutely don't have anything any on the top floor. So
The
that's why
line
that's
is
why
not clear,
pretense.
Arun sir, but I'm able to
It is,
understand what
it
you're
is pretense. It's always a pretense. They put on a pretense.
Yeah.
So that's what I
understood, Arun. That's correct. That's correct. And that is what, in fact, we were speaking regarding as well, that where is the authenticity and where is the fake? So it's absolutely right. You're correct. But the only aspect is you're saying that let's not judge a book by its cover. First impression is good, and but it's not necessary that it is always the right one. That is a different topic altogether, which I would love to have you in the session for that, Arun sir. But right now, what we are speaking is how we can create a first impression. All that glitters is not gold. I totally support you in that, because even when I initially started, so I would be very much silent in a group of people, and people would be like, how can Archana be a trainer, how can Archana be a coach? First impression was very bad there. But after, over the period of years, I learned how to sell myself better, how to make myself appear better. Now the same people who said that Archana, I don't think she is anywhere going to be in the market, are now seeing me at a different level and are going ahead and saying that please let's learn from Archana. She knows stuff. So there you go. First impression was not good there, but it is a very much impactful here right now. But what I went through took me years. right now the discussion is to make sure that years do not even happen in the first place. We are actually leading to a good first impression. So I really support you. I like your perspective. I like your ideas. However, an extension to the discussion is what you have stated right now, Anand sir. So thanks a ton for your ideas as well. Thanks your fun for your perception as well. Maybe I would love to have you also as a speaker to in one of my sessions wherein I can have an extension of this first impression right now in the session. So thank you very much. And to all the participants, before, sorry, you were saying something, Arun sir?
No, that's okay.
Okay, sure. So and now to all the other participants, I'm going for the last one before I wind up with the today's session. So I want you all to think of one particular moment where you had a very not a good impression, not or maybe a bad impression. Can you think about that and state that right now, if it is not embarrassing for you? So I just want you to think of one time wherein you worried about a bad first impression. My message is in the chat screen.
About yourself or some other person?
Of yourself. I was worried, example, I was worried that the other person is not able to think of me in a good manner. I'm not able to showcase myself in a good manner.
You carried that impression along, or was it the other person said that?
Well, that is Arun sir, you're getting in the coaching mode right now.
I just want to understand that.
Exactly. No, my question is very much simple. I just want you to think right now of a time. Okay, thank you so much, Cynthia. I just want you to think of one time wherein you worried about a bad first impression. That's all. I'm not asking that what was the impression, how it happened.
I would like to go along the same thing in my MBA. Yes, first interview for yes.
First interview during MBA, as in interview for getting placed in MBA or getting placed in company after MBA?
The campus interview.
Oh, the campus interview, the first one. Okay, fine, all right. Cynthia, if you could please elaborate that as to what happened, how it.
Maybe so it was my first interview. You're going with a lot of preparation. So those days we used to have like group discussions, and then you would go through a written test and group discussion. So clearing all these things gave me a lot of confidence, but still I was maybe I was over prepared, or I was nervous. Exactly, I didn't knew what I felt that time. But when I went and he was asking me some generic question, they even were convincing me to take a role which was next level than what appeared for the interview during my MBA, based on my performance in my group discussions and everything. But while discussing, they were asking me some general basic questions about the population of India, Tamil Nadu, like that, which I was so nervous, and I was just telling some numbers which were like, I was like, why did I give such answers? So it was because something I was not prepared for. I was fully into HR, and one, I was not prepared. Other one is I was so nervous, and I was thinking that what will this person think of me? I've given such numbers on the population of the state I am living in, population of the country I'm living in. And he told me, Sendia, you're so good in HR, but in the general thing you have to upgrade yourself. I felt so bad because that time, lakh and a million, all the confusion went on my head when I was about to answer that question. And I did not get selected, to be honest, because of the answers I gave that time. But it again, I what I learned from that is, even when you prepare, even if you get something, because when you're a student, you are always, if some students watch in the future, they will also learn from this. So I'm quoting this example. You can be on the subject, but when there is a question that is coming as a generic which is out of your subject, do not go into a panic mode and put forth the answer that comes in your mind. Instead of a million, I said lakh. So that was a mistake I made. So always, be having a calm mind will help you to handle the situation. You can also very well tell that I do not know the answer for that.
That is better
This
than
was
stating
something,
the.
yeah. So this was something which happened spontaneously, I think, when I was entering into my second year of MBA. But then after that I learned. After the next interview, I got selected. Then after that, I didn't face any kind of rejection. But that was the first time that happened to me.
That's correct. So thank you so much for sharing some beautiful insights. I saw you going back to your college days, so you relived that moment. Thanks a ton for that beautiful insights. To all the other participants, anything which you would like to state, else shall we end up with the session today? It was a very beautiful session, a very simple session, but I'm pretty sure that all of us have learned a lot from this. Anything which you would love to state here right now before we wind up the session, please?
Sorry, I missed out the better part of the session. Sorry to be acting like a devil's advocate here. And
Arun sir, I'm absolutely not able to hear what you're saying.
okay, sorry to be acting like a devil's advocate over here, and I missed the better part of the conversation or the debate.
Yes, actually, you had stepped in at the time of coaching. Okay, understood. That is why that response came at that time. Arun sir, we actually had a discussion on entirely only the first impression.
Okay, okay,
That's
okay.
Okay, okay. You stepped in at the time when I started with the coaching. The first half an hour is where me and Cynthia spoke. That's absolutely fine. No issues. I know you from so many years, so I'm not going to take it anywhere on the, any manner. Thanks a ton for that. Thanks a ton for clarifying as well. It went out of my mind as well that you stepped in at a time when you were not aware of the context that you were talking about. That's absolutely fine.
Okay,
Okay.
that was good presentation. Yes, good.
Thank you so much, Arun sir. Now, to all the other participants, thank you so much for being there in the call with us from the beginning till the end. Please drop a message in the chat box as to how you found the session useful. Was it good for you? How was Cynthia here as a very wonderful speaker for all of us? Please type a message in the chat box. What are your best takeaways from the session? What did you love? Big thumbs up. Thank you so much, Arun sir. To the other participants, hearing from you. How did you like the session? How was the session? How was Cynthia here as a guest speaker? How much did we learn from her? What do you feel regarding the session? Even if something general, it's absolutely fine. You can type in that it was good session, wonderful session, useful session. Even that is absolutely fine. I have no problem. You don't have to recode the statements said by Cynthia or by me. That's absolutely fine. What happened? First impression, people. Okay. She walks the talk, maintained her calm composure despite my flustering questions, and take on the matter.
Thank
Okay.
you, Arun.
Arun sir here is also a very great speaker, which you can hear from his response. Only thing is he didn't turn on his video right now. Okay, what about the others? He's into hypnotherapy, by the way, Cynthia.
Okay.
Okay, the other participants, I'm waiting for some responses. How did you find the session? You can also unmute, that's fine. If you are not comfortable in typing, you can definitely unmute. You can speak in Tamil, you can speak in any language that you're comfortable.
German? Can I
Sorry?
speak German?
German. Arun sir, no sir, not German. Cynthia, do you know German?
No.
Sorry. No, no German.
That is less. That's okay.
The line, Arun sir, is not at all clear. I'm hearing it in tits and bits. Okay, to all the other participants, thank you so much. We'll probably come to an end. Arun sir will speak probably towards the end of the call, after the call. So, to the other participants, thanks a ton for taking out time from your schedule on Saturday morning and coming for the session. A big thanks to you, Cynthia, for taking out time from your schedule, keeping up, following up with me regularly. So during the last 2 weeks when we had been interacting, I had been asking you for your photos, for your bio. You always cooperated very well with me. Thanks a ton for that, for your spontaneous response and taking out time from your busy schedule coming for the session. It's very much appreciable. So to all the participants, as we can see, first impression, it is not just about perfection. They're about presence, energy, and authenticity. Small changes make a very big difference. With this note, I'm coming to an end of our beautiful talk show which we had. Thank you so much for taking out your time, Cynthia. My heart goes out to you. I would love to have you as another session. I would love to have you in there as well.
Sure, Archana. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in the call. We'll probably wind up the session. Oh my goodness, I missed something extremely important. Cynthia, I always take a photo towards the end of the session, but we got so much engrossed in speaking that I missed to take that. To all the others, can I please request you to turn on your video so that we can take a short quick? Okay, Tirumalai, thank you so much for turning on your video, turning on your audio. I'll turn you on here. I believe I'm seeing
Thank
you for
you.
the first time in the session. What about
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Atul?
I'm the first time. Yes, yeah, I'm right. Myself, Thirumalai from Saffron for Formulation, and Shishya from Mr. AK. My guru is Mr. Ajay Kumar.
Okay, that's
Is there any
nice.
other
I'm
in
seeing
there
you
in the
for the
line?
first time. I hope we had a good first impression. You're coming for the next sessions as well.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. To all the other participants, I'm waiting for you to turn on your video. Oh, I usually give a heads up, but this time I literally forgot it. Arun sir, can you turn on your video? We had a very beautiful. Thank you so much, Vimal, for turning on your video. Okay, anybody else? Arun sir, we would love to see your face.
My
Vidya?
DP is as good as there.
Arun sir, not going to accept it. You're hiding behind the DP. Okay, all right. So I'll take a quick pick, everyone. Ready, all of you? So you can put your hands like this or give a thumbs up and I'll leave it to your hands. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. Pick ticket. So it's in the chat screen. I'm going to put it up in the chat screen right now. You can download it if you would be requiring it. The pic which I've taken is in the chat screen. I hope you will be able to download it. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for taking out your
Thank
time
you.
coming from
Thank you.
Saturday. Our next event is going to be on 2 Saturdays from now. So it's going to be on 11th of October. On 11th of October is the next event. I would love to see you all at that. Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
everyone. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.